right, welcome to the live FB that we do every Wednesday. And of course, tonight we have our Turtle Trader. That's right, our Trade VSA Turtle Trader, which is the first runner-up, Ms. Zanailee Bux. And she will be also sharing her strategy. Now, don't forget, two weeks ago, we have our winner, which is Ms. Roslyn Tay, and she shared her strategy that it is possible for ordinary folks, for any of you who are professionally working and learning it part-time through our program using Trade VSA strategy in here, that will put you into another level, all right, that many people which all only can hope for. So this new opportunity is definitely in here. Of course, it doesn't come easy, no doubt about it, but don't forget we are here to support you through our coaches in here. So we're going to be having shortly Ms. Zanailee Bux. But of course, a lot of things that we say here are for educational. And don't forget to subscribe to our Trade VSA YouTube channel. And if you have not done so, just smash that YouTube channel and subscribe to it in here. All right, let's take a look at what we have right now in the market. Now, if you can see from the picture here, many of you may already saying, hey, this is recession. This is, market sell-off. This is a bear market. No doubt we are in a bear market technically if the market is down more than 20%. But if you look at the NASDAQ, it's already down 28%. This kind of volatility very seldomly see. But of course, on the backdrop that the recent Vladimir Putin has the victory day, everyone is very, very fearful. And the market did sell off after the interest rate, the US interest rate has been raised by 50 basis points. But the good thing about it is instead of raising the to 75 basis points, which many would fear because the stock market will slip to a recession. Now, every time when too high of an interest rate is raised, that's a cost of transaction. The cost of doing business is going to go up. And normally, if the cost of doing business is too high, then what happens is people will pull back on their buying and demand will drop. Then that's where people see is it. But I don't think that's going to happen. Right, I have all the facts we're going to be sharing you. As a matter of fact, this is actually a good time for those of you who are longer term to be buying. But of course, on the shorter term trading, there's some bottom fishing opportunity in here. Now, higher inflation. Now, tonight also, the US will announce the CPI inflation figures which coming out now. It did peak at 8.3 and it dropped back to 8.1, 8.2. However, if you see that number go below 8, okay, if it's at 8.0 or 7.9, that is very, very positive to the markets. So that's why I say, and also on the technical side, on the NASDAQ and the US Dow Jones, you are seeing a double bottom. And we all know double bottom is a good area, a good time to do bottom fishing. So take a look at this in here. There are a couple of stocks I'm going to be talking about in here. Just make sure you stay with me towards the end. I'll talk about those US stock in here. And also at the same time, the ringgit, those of you who are listening from the Malaysian friends in here, the ringgit depreciation has already in place. And Dr. M just announced today, maybe we should repack the Malaysian ringgit to the US dollar. I don't think that is a very good idea because that would mean capital control. And then in capital control, market would definitely take a hit like what we did way back into it. Right now, the ringgit seems to be weakening, and this is also due to what we have seen on the Chinese lockdown, the Shanghai lockdown, and maybe Beijing is going to be locking down, and that's why we are seeing the depreciation. And like it or not, our ringgit is actually pegged to the Chinese yuan. It's not so much on what kind of reserve that we've seen in here, and that's always been this trend in here, the Chinese yuan to the ringgit. And because Chinese the country China is one of our largest trading partner. Yeah, as a matter of fact, and over towards the entire ASEAN that we've seen so far. So with that weakening of the demands, this is due to the Shanghai lockdown and many parts of the 27 and 47 cities being locked down. So we are seeing why we have a depreciating yuan that in turn makes our ringgit depreciate. But if the lockdown were to be eased off, then we will see likelihood this ringgit appreciating back. But the idea of Dr. M repegging ringgit to US dollar is not really a good idea. Let me know what you think. Pencil those comments in there, and I'd like to hear what do you think what I've just said in here. All right. And lastly, and also the question I'm going to ask some of our public audience, if you are the first time listening to our live FE, do type in one in there. And if you're on YouTube, just put in the comment. I'll be happy to look and answer all the comments in here. The question is, do you have the right strategy in this market so far? Right. We did talk about bottom fishing. We did talk about market bottoming in here, but do you know that this may be the good time to buy, but do you know when to be buying it, right? So this is something that I'll be talking on next Wednesday. That's right. Next Wednesday, I'll be talking about market bottom rapidly approaching. And is it a time to buy? So do join me next week. So I'll be promoting the live Facebook on the 18th of May. And we will be looking at a couple of stocks. Now, some of the stocks I'm going to give you a little bit of headway are these few stocks that is on the screen in here. Definitely one of them been really beaten down. It's Google, Tesla, and my favorite Apple, which has been down 10% in here. Google is down slightly more than 30% in here. Tesla has been down almost around 15%, and VSA too, which is the common denominator in the world of e-commerce. So these four shares really going to be beaten down, and we will take a look at these four US shares next week. But you can also check it out on the Trade VSA chart. Those of you who have our plugin, definitely you can want to be looking at the Pentagon Guider. What is this saying? And this is definitely an opportunity for you to be buying. All right. And don't forget, the focus on tonight, all right, is the story of the turtle trader. And some of you may have known we've been promoting this because we felt that the turtle trading story is very valid even in today. Now, if you look back in 1995, Richard Dennis, which is a proprietary trader, a big hedge fund in those days, and what he says to his partner, Mr. Eckhart, he said that, look, trader cannot be trained. Trader are born with it. You know, there are certain characteristics. So this Richard Dennis said, no, if a trader were to follow a certain set of rules, which can be trained, and the whole process of it, actually they undergo only 1 month of training. As a result, you have seen the turtle trader are very legendary. So what we did was we took the similar exercise way back in 1984 to this year, early this year, which is the January and February month time frame. But this whole program that the turtle trader was actually for 4 years. And what we try to do is also encourage many of our plugin members and members to join this our community that we have in Trade VSA, where we will train you all concept of trading and investing too, so you will partly manage your own money. Just imagine able to do making double-digit return and able to achieve your financial goal, maybe your first million, second million, and so forth. Now, right now, I have to say the market doesn't look very good. But remember, when the market is greedy, all right, when the market is fearful, there is opportunity, right? Because you need to be greedy. That's what Warren Buffett said. And these are kind of things here. And remember, no prior experience is needed. And the same too, many of our programs, many of our students coming in, and definitely one of our speaker for tonight, our first runner-up for Turtle Trader, Ms. Zanailee, is going to be sharing with you that she have no experience with her, and yet she's able to do so much well in that. All right, so that's the story in here. So the challenge of the VSA career is actually trade a small real size account in here, and the prerequisite is for them to complete their basic training in our master class, and they paper trade for about a week, and then they go on to the market for almost 2 months. 2 months they paper trade. So we are doing something very, very similar right now. So stay to the end of it. We're going to share with you our next competition that we're doing for our members, which is the live 20 days challenge in here. Live 20 days challenge in here. So our first turtle trader last 2 weeks ago was Roslyn Day. She made a 21% profit in 2 months and beaten the KLCI. And in a video that we have in our YouTube show, make sure you check it out in here. She talked about sharing and making small adjustment to her competition and trading rules inside there. And with that, she'll able to do well. What are the time frame that she'll be looking at? And I do think that some of these time frame or suggestion is something that you can use to benefit yourself. The key learning is tonight. So right now, our Trade VSA is the tools that all our turtle trader will be using in here, because we have really, put a lot of research, a lot of analytics in those tools to share with you. Anyone else without any trading experience have a chance to be successful using our Trade VSA Trader Dashboard, the 360, as well as the TradingView plugin that you see, which we did launch late last year. All right. So, and in less than a month, this is one of the accounts that we traded back in December timeframe. There was just using the daily trading system, right? We're able to gross 400 ringgit from a small account, right? Just over a period about a week or two in here. Of course, that is depending. So let's not keep our runner-up, first runner-up, Miss Zanailee, to do her sharing of her turtle trading experience that we held in January and February this year, 2022. Miss Zanailee, are you ready? So you can turn on your, I'll stop sharing in here. And you can share. All right, you can turn on your video too. All right. Great, great. Okay, there you go.
Okay, sound check. Is my voice loud and clear?
Good, yes.
Good.
I can hear you.
Okay, a very good evening, everybody. My name is Zanailee, and I'm actually here to share on my journey to Trade VSA and also on the Turtle Trader competition. Now, basically, just a little background on myself. I am a newbie in trading, and basically I work in the tourism industry, and as where everybody know, COVID came visiting us back in 2020, and that actually muted the whole tourism industry. So with the free time that I have, I was thinking actually to self-enrich myself with acquiring new skills and also to upskill myself. And one of the things which I wanted to do was to learn trading so that I could actually grow and my financial portfolio, because my portfolio basically are the usual ones, like, you know, you put into FD and then into ASN and then into unit trust. And also
sorry, Zanailee, can you fix your microphone a bit? Because there's a lot of background noise, like something hitting the microphone.
Okay, just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. It's like very breathing going on. Okay, let me just help you with that. Try again.
Am I better now?
Yeah, I think it's slightly better. Okay, proceed.
Slightly better. Okay, so I'll just restart again. Okay, just a little background on myself. I'm actually a newbie into trading industry, and basically I work in the tourism industry. All right, and as everybody know, COVID came visiting us in 2020. That is actually where it muted the whole tourism industry. And for me at that time, with the free time that I have, I was actually thinking to do self-enrichment by acquiring new skills and also to upskill myself. And that is where I was looking into trading so that I could grow and enhance my financial portfolio. Because as you can see, my financial portfolio basically are the general ones, like, you know, placement of FDs, the ASN, unit trust, and then investment plans. That was contribute to my portfolio of my financial portfolio. So I wanted to pick up trading, and I went exploring around a good institution and seafood. So it went from overseas seafood. I was looking around to Singapore, and end up I actually discovered Trade VSA. What actually made me keen on Trade VSA is I stumbled across Seafood Martin's nightly presentation at that time, where it was, you know, talks on topics of like rubber glove, plantation, oil and gas, which for a newbie like me, it was very interesting because it was very easy to understand, and it was very informative, and, you know, it has everything from FA to TA. So from there on, that's where I actually decided to join Trade VSA. Yeah, that's why I actually decided to join Trade VSA. And basically, I joined Trade VSA in October 2020 for the masterclass. This was actually the last sit-in masterclass. Thereafter, it was mostly online, which I was considered very lucky. I still recall on my on the masterclass day, first day, I was all right. Second day with all the pullback, everything I burning already, cannot absorb already. But eventually it got better after a few repeated masterclass. Now, I guess since the day I joined, it has been almost a good 1.5 years. I've also learned a lot because Trade VSA has, at all times, they come up with a lot of new trading ideas for us. I participated in backtesting Pentagon Guider, which is spearheaded by Sifu Alif, and it was in for KLCI and also for US market. And I also participated on NS Trades, which is spearheaded by Sifu Zach. They both have a set of trading plan for us to backtest, and which I also do some forward testing on Pentagon Guider and NS as well. On paper trading, I'm still practicing paper trading, especially for FCPO. I still haven't mastered it, to be frank, because I find that trading FCPO on a 1 and 3 minutes chart make me very kanjiong. So I'm still learning and picking up. I'm doing paper trading as well for bottom fishing, which I managed to pick up some stocks from bottom fishing, and true enough, I didn't trade real money, but it was paper trading. So they also have a set of guidelines for bottom fishing trades as well. And I'm a bit lagged on pullback, picking up pullback stocks. So I tried it on paper trading, but I wasn't too good on it. And opportunity came when Sifu Martin said there'll be a competition for the trader. It was not so much on winning the competition, but it was more of because it will be guided under Sifu Martin and Sifu Alif, and it's based on intraday pullback. So that made me very keen because I know I'm so lagged on the pullback trades. So for the Turtle Trader competition, all right, as you can see, it's based on 2 months. It's bi-weekly, run bi-weekly, and every bi-weekly there will be a review with all the students, and then with the guidance of Sifu Martin and Alif as well. Overall, for myself, I have done 24 trades within the 2 months, and basically my preference trade size is around 5,000, and my stock selection price ranges from 30 cents to about 3 ringgit. So the intraday alert for myself, I will look into timing between 9:30 to anytime before 12 noon as when during my free time. And when I look into the trades, the intraday alerts trades, I basically pick the stock by firstly looking at the daily chart and then only assuming to the hourly. I don't really look at the 15 minutes chart because I find it still a bit noisy for myself. I haven't mastered that yet. And then of course, I'll narrow it down to the sector, which is preferably on a bullish sector. And my trading plan, usually my EP entry price, I will go for 1 bit lower Q, or if not, then I'll draw on the chart, on the hourly chart that, you know, is on a resistance and support line. That will be my Q price. So, but on the TP, it will be a bit easier, which where every time it will be anytime just before 4 to 4:15, I'll just look at the trade and the current price. I will Q on that particular price, and or if the chart has got a lot of sign of strength, I will Q 1 bit higher. Yeah. And what are the challenges which I face during the Turtle Trader competition? It is first and foremost emotions, because I find that most of the time when I miss a trade because the trade is on a bullish trend, and due to maybe because I Q 1 bit lower, so there is FOMO in me, likewise, like, you know, fear of missing out in a way. So, you know, I wanted to chase the trade. I have to tell myself that you need to have the emotions in check. So it happens on many occasions. I miss quite a number of bullish trades, but in the end, I tell myself not to chase it because not to go for more over it. Yeah, so that was the emotions part which I need to overcome. Secondly, on stock selections, this happened when the market is very bullish. You'll find that on the intraday alert, yeah, there is many stock selections. So it can be a few pages. And so that's where you go like, okay, a bit burning, which one to choose? So what I do is I zoom into the sector. And then after that, I'll look into the trade if it's on a green pentagon on daily or hourly, or if there is any sign of strength. Yeah, so that is on the stock selections. Now, on chart reading wise, sometimes the chart, it does not have a clear pullback kind of thingy whereby, you know, a good line change with high volume. Sometimes it's quite hard to read a chart because I'm still learning, and that is where I will resort to using VF. VF is an indicator for pullback, which is developed by Sifu, and I'll also add in the market stages as well. So I'll use this tool to actually help me to decide to enter on my trade. Yeah. Now, over here, I'm actually sharing the trades that I have done. Basically, this is a chart of Intex, and this is based on an hourly chart. As you can see, this trade was done on 22nd of February. I actually indicated with the purple color arrow. And why I've chosen this trade, which if you look back to the left-hand side within the red color box, it is a very good pullback trade. Yeah, they have very solid LC line change line with very high volume, and indeed it pulled back with very low volume. Yeah, and subsequently it has been on a line change pullback, and then that is where I actually initiated the trade. And basically my entry price, like I say, I always draw a resistance, turn support, that will be my entry price. That is actually my EP line, EP price on the dotted line. But TP wise, I can't control because it depends on, you know, around 4 o'clock what price the trade is in. So that will be the price that I will key in to take my profit. So this is for Intex, yeah, which is based on an hourly chart. The next chart is not so clear as Intex, whereby this is the chart for Dagang Exchange, which is DNX, on an hourly chart as well. If you would see that inside the box that I highlighted, there's a good volume, but it comes not with a line change but upthrust. But anyhow, after the upthrust, it has very narrow bars, like what we call it as a cluster of closes, COC, with very low volume. Indeed, on the hourly chart, it went into a red pentagon with two sell-off, but it has 3 tests with very narrow volume supporting it. So I was in between, wanted to enter or not to enter this trade, whether to pick this trade or not. But what decided me to enter is because on the hourly chart, it went on a green pentagon and it has a VF indicator on it. So I went for the trade and I managed the usual. I queue 1 bit lower for this. Yeah, the intraday alerted at 99 cents. I queue at 98 cents and I managed to get the trade. So my TP was at the closing of 101. Yeah, so this is for Dagang Exchange, which is one of the trade which I did. The third trade, this one is Affin Bank on an hourly chart. And as you can see that it has very good line change. This trade was on the 13th of January. It has very good line change, but indeed it did pull back to the 20 MA. This particular trade, I recall I did not enter in the morning because I had a very busy morning. I only managed to look at the intraday alerts just before noon. And and I decided to go for it despite that it has already went up. But what I did is I queued at the resistance hoping that it hit, which is at 1.90, which I've written an EP on the dotted line there, because I believe not to chase a trade. So just trying my luck. If it hits, it hits, because the chart is, it looks very strong with, by the time I look at the chart, it has got NS and a line change in it. So I decided that I should try going into this trade. So this is one of the trade which I actually also went into. And the next trade, this is Data Sonic. This is a losing trade for me, which I actually cut loss because not every trade you win. So this is one of the trade which I actually cut loss, which if you look at the chart, basically on the hourly chart, is actually on green pentagon. It has overtaken the uptrust, and there's a lot of tests with some LC, but somehow after 4 o'clock, it has an SO bar. So we have to follow the trading rules, and which I did a cut loss for this trade. So these are some of the trades which I've done. Basically for the Turtle Trader competition, even though that I was a bit lucky that out of my trades, I have about only 3 trades, which is a losing trade. 3 trades which is unchanged, but if it were to hold like over past the next couple of days, the trade actually went up, But anyhow, I should be contented that there was only 3 losing trade on my end here. So now the key takeaway from what I learned from the Turtle trading competition, basically you need to have a trading plan. All right, and make sure your risk and reward actually is on your side in a way. And of course, it's very crucial to execute your trading plan, which means to say sometimes, when you see the trade running up or if the trade goes against you, you need to execute your trading plan accordingly. Likewise, for this Turtle Trader competition, is maximum, perhaps 5% or a bit more. So you just need to have a trading plan and execute it accordingly. And then, of course, better emotions in control. I learned not to chase a trade because on my personal trade, sometimes when you see it just rally, you just don't care and just want to jump in. So this, I have better emotions in check because I take in the caption of Seafoods from Trade VSA that do not chase a trade, let the trade comes to you, because somehow the trade will actually pull back. So you just need to be a little patient, wait for the right setup on the chart and wait for the price to come. And of course, this is my biggest takeaway for myself, because I always find it struggling to identify pullback stock. By the time I identify a pullback stock, the stock has already rallied up. So this time around with this competition, it actually helps me to recognize the pullback charts better, which I'm very happy and glad, because it actually speeds up my chart identification in a way, and I'm very glad for this competition that it actually helps me in this manner, to recognize the pullback chart faster and better in a way. So in conclusion, basically, I believe that, for a newbie like me, it's actually good to invest in a proper education, because you have completely no idea on trading. Like, I had my trading account open before I joined Trade VSA masterclass. And what happened was when you open the trading platform, you see, wow, this one is the stock is going up, so you try to chase, you have no trading plan, you don't know what price should you take profit and what should you do. So it was kind of like blind leading the blind. And so that's why I feel that investing in yourself, investing in education, so you can trade wisely, because in the end of the day, it is your own money that you are trading with. So you don't want to lose your money in the end of the day. Anyway, it's all hard-earned money. And throughout my 1.5 years with Trade VSA, they have actually improvised a lot on their plugin, on their platform. Every time there's a new addition to it, which I would say I'm very thankful, because Sifu Martin has been very open and optimistic to feedback, what we all like to add in, and he literally do it for us, which I'm very happy over it, And then, of course, it's also very important, to review back your past trades, your personal trades, or even, during the Total Trader competition. For me, even though it's a winning trade, I'll look back at the chart, I'll look at, if I could do better on the trade, if it's my own trade, then what I could do better. And what more, especially if it's a losing trade, if the trade go against you, what can you do, or what can you do, or to cut loss earlier, or whatsoever. So for me, this is important, So at the same time, with reviewing back your past trade, you can also identify chart patterns better. Now, till today, even though I have certain preference on my trading plan, I'm still exploring more trading plans which suits me. Likewise, I'm not long-term for KLSE. I prefer short-term trading. So it's good to keep on exploring a trading plan. You can do trial and error, in a way, through paper trading and etc. My personal preferences, basically till today, is mostly the NS trades. Intraday trades for KLCI, but nowadays, which I will hold the trade not within the day. If there is a sign of strength in the chart, end of the day, I will try and hold it for the next 3 to 4 days, and then I will take my profit at the resistance. Basically, that's for the intraday trades. But for US market, I've actually also opened my account for US market. I ventured into US market. I started small, hopefully to grow in future. But my preference for US market will be the Green Pentagon Guider. So yes, I have basically utilized, make full use of what Trade VSA platform has to offer, and I juggle in between and find the right plan that suits myself. And I think for the time now, NS trades suits me the best for KLCI. And when I have time, I do intraday, which is it's not too much of a profit, all right, but it's still something better than nothing. You start from small and you accumulate it. But for US market, I plan to actually go from mid to long term. For me, the Green Pentagon for US market looks wonderful for me. So I think that comes to the end of my presentation. And I thank you very much.
All right, let's give a big applause to Zanailee for her very incredible sharing in here. And I think that's very generous of her. I think very important, we all must know, once we start to learn about anything, when we start to share, right, generally from our hearts, that's where we'll benefit from. We'll look at both the pros and the cons, what did we do well, what we didn't do well, and we will share that. And a big thank you to Zanailee. All right, applause here. All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so this is an ongoing event, as I said before. Earlier on, I told Zanailee that we are doing our second half of the year. One of our program is also our live trading competition. So I'm just going to go back to my slide in here and continue for the remaining of our live FB. And don't go away. We got a couple of things more to share in here. And definitely, Curtis Fate was one of the original Total Trader that you can see in here. It's about the feeling that we talk about in here, using the right side of the brain. Many parts, as I said before, In Trade VSA, we're taking care of the strategy, the analytics. If the market is down right now, what strategy do you use? When the market is high, what strategy you use? But I think the most important part is following those set of rules, which Zanailee was talking about. So if you want to be successful in the long run, right, you got to think about the long run. Means, yes, in the competition that they did the last 2 months, from January and February, she have only 3 losing trades. I think she did about maybe 10 or 12. And that's very, very powerful and very consistent. And one of the things that's very consistent about it is the trading rules. So that's where we, the coaches and ourselves, we've done a lot of back tests. And if the environment of the market is trending, definitely you're going to be winning more, right? And that's why we want to say, and just don't let 1 or 2 outcome, especially for those of you who have partially followed the trading rules, right? As I said before, Pentagon guided, when it comes out, you enter the next day. If you are the beginner, but of course, if you have a bit more experience, then you want to move on to NS, like what Zanailee was doing. That's where our masterclass is all about in here. It's about using the strategy in a right way. So exploring new opportunity and new market. I think that's why a lot of our during the COVID is that they rethink about their life, just like when Zanailee came in. You need to have a financial goals at the end of it, whether it is building a more income stream, which for me has been very, or you want to have a bigger house, you want to go for a better holiday. So this is where you can add on another stream in here. And also think of it, you don't need to rely on the 9-to-5 career, which is in one-way income. You can have a balanced lifestyle. As many of you know, Zanailee is in the tourist industry. So even right now, as the market reopened, she shared with me, she will definitely go back and work and probably do some outbound tours, but she is still able to in touch with the market. As you know, wherever you are, you have your handphone, you can always reach the market, right? It's unlike the one to get rich and just follow the sifu, which is blindly follow. Here, we teach you how you are able to go into the market and understand this. And eventually, very soon, given time, there will be like the turtle trader that we've seen so far, learning to let go old habits and bad trade. And this is something that Zanailee was really talking about. So to explore the new world, we need to do some changes. We need to look back to the old software that we have our brain in here. And more importantly, willing to invest time and money. Because eventually, if you have money and you're not willing to invest the time when you get to a later stage, I can tell you it's even more difficult. And for Zanailee at this very young age, I would say she's still very, very young, I think that she will do very, very well. And I do wish her, the coaches and our Trade VSA community will wish her the thing. So so they wanted, and very important, one of these also one challenges. During this COVID-19, many people were left with the uncertainty of the market. They want to know more. What can they do? And definitely, the new challenges, there will be a lot of things that may be mystery to the market. And that's where the coaches and us, we are there to guide them and give you the latest update about the market in here. And right now, okay, for our plug-in member and our masterclass, tonight is the first night we'll be announcing our 20 days trading challenge in here. Now, this is a QR code, okay? You can use the QR code, log in and submit your registration to register for our 20 days trading challenge, which will start in June, okay? So we'll start in June just after our masterclass, and there will be prizes for the winner. Very similar to the format that we did for the Turtle Trader. As I said to many of our plugin and masterclass members, this is a way for that 1 month, we will coach you and guide you in a very special Telegram chat room. So make sure if you are the masterclass or the plugin members, only for you guys, okay, where we give you special attention, special training during this time frame to complete that journey to be the super trader, the Trade VSA 20 days trading challenge in here. All right, so register right now. That's a QR code in here to put you in a better, much better position in here. So also this coming Friday, right, to take you to the next level, to see that opportunity, we have Dr. Gary is going to join us for the masterclass preview. And for those of you who are listening from the public, this is a chance for you to able to ask Dr. Gary, and he is a very insightful trading psychologist. He will be with us on the 9:30 and 13th of May. So if you go to our Telegram, Trade VSA Trading Idea, there will be a link there, or also on the comment side, you see on the Facebook in here, there is a link. You can use it and register for this Friday for a masterclass preview, okay? And he has been in this business for the last 30 years, a student of David Weiss, which is, directly from the Wyckoff area in here. He's been, been well interviewed by a lot of podcasts, talk in a lot of the exhibition and also money convention in here, a well-spoken in here. And for this coming masterclass, he will debut, all right, his trading psychology with it. So for those of you who are registering for the masterclass, this is a special bonus. And for those of you who already signed up, I think this is definitely why being a member has its privilege. Just like we have our masterclass, we have our 20 live trading here to get you up into speed, right? We always feel that, there is more we can train our members in. And definitely the US market in here, we all know keeping your money in ringgit may be hazardous over a long run. So you're able to, shift your portfolio to the US market. And remember, Tiger Broker, you all know about Tiger Broker, he has gone to zero commission, all right? Zero commission. They're toying with the idea of zero commission. Just imagine you're able to trade zero commission. You don't have to pay for commission. That is the US market only, right? Something that we don't foresee coming so soon to Malaysia. So this is another opportunity for those of you who want to do this, multiple source of income at night. And definitely with our analytics, like what Zanailee is saying, our Trade VSA plugin, the zero commission is another opportunity for you. So take opportunity of this one in here. And Dr. Gary is well versed on the US market also. All right. And something that I'll talk about will be next Wednesday are those 4 stocks. Remember, Google, Apple, Tesla, and Visa, all right? Because we felt that this market is rapidly approaching. It's a time to buy, thing to buy. Now, remember the CPI figure will be coming up tonight. Many people are waiting for that. If the CPI figure has fallen from the high of 8.3, if it's still at 8.3, maybe the market will taper off a bit. But if it does drop, I think it will drop slightly to 8.1 because President Biden was very adamant about, keeping in power, right? And he is very conscious about the cost of living in the United States. So definitely that figure is under pressure to come down. That's how I see it. And definitely when the market is open, you can open up at 9:30 already. And I will check out later when this live FB closes. You can see how the market is going to react. So join me next Wednesday for the market. And we're coming to our last slide in here. Now, of course, some of you may have a question for Zanailee, and I do hope that some of her session and her sharing will cover. And don't forget to join our Telegram channel and share this with your friend. All our education information is available in our Telegram in here, and we are here to service the public and also service to our member, just like our 20-day live trading challenge inside. Okay, if you have any questions, just pencil those in here. We will end our session shorter tonight. But don't forget, on Friday, 9:30, we have Dr. Gary, especially all the way from United States in here. So I'll see you then in here. Now, if you have any questions, just pencil those in the comment section in here, and we will get back to you. So thank you for coming tonight, and do share this video in your timeline. And I'll see you on our usual breakfast show. Bye-bye and good night. Thank you, Zanailee, for coming tonight. And I believe we all benefited from her sharing in here. Thank you again.